I know, it has been a minute. I will explain that in just a bit. But do you guys remember a while back during the last Chaos Concepts release, I showed this Idol Chaos? I had the original one in the larger size. Yeah, Gabe has since stolen it. It's now on his computer desk. He's real big into like building computers and keyboards and stuff. So he took it and he keeps his keycaps and switches, whatever those are, in there. So this is the smaller sized one. This is in the color Bewitched, which is kind of like the color of the month. It's a gorgeous, perfect Halloween purple shimmery one. But whenever something changes, I like to just kind of show you guys and update you and let you know. So they made adjustments to the lid, as you could see, and you can actually use it to prop up your hand to do your mani, or you can actually hold your dip liquids in it. I love this little tray because it looks like it's smiling at me. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but I think it's so cute. So I will leave a link to the website down below if you want to check it out. I love this little Idol Chaos. It comes in small and large, so it's great for storage also. So now I'm gonna get into my mani real quick. So I'm using two colors from Triple D. This first one, this perfect Halloween orange, is called In Your Ear. It was released, I want to say a couple months back. It was released in the Thermal collection. So it does go from this perfect orange to almost like a nudie pink. And then I'm going to use Kiss and Tell, which is a really gorgeous, my favorite blurple ever. I'm obsessed with it, but I wanted to do a different kind of Halloween mani, and I've really been wanting to do some nail art with some acrylic paint. So we're going to get into that in just a minute, but for now I'm just going to do a simple normal dip application. I am doing the pour over method. I've been doing that a lot lately, and I really like doing it with thermals just because thermal dip powders can be a little bit more on the dense side. So I really do like to pour them over. I just think the application is so much better that way. But anyway, I'm sure you guys probably want to know where the hell I've been, because I know it has been a minute. I don't like not uploading videos. I really don't. But I haven't even had time to do my nails. All the manis you guys have probably seen me post in my Facebook group and on Instagram. I did a while ago. So I'm just now getting back into being able to do my nails. Sadly, my excuse is not anything fun or exciting. I just had family come into town. My husband's mom and grandkids and her husband came in from Virginia and stayed here for a bit for a visit. So it was pretty much just that. And then a lot of you guys know I kept Gabe in virtual learning this year. And that has kept me a bit busy too. It actually annoys me a little bit because the way they do the virtual learning now, I don't know if it's like this in every state, but here in Maryland, it's called like the blended virtual program. So you have to actually get accepted into it. But I told them like 2 months before school started, like, hey, he's not coming in person. And they said that he could just continue doing asynchronous work, which is where they just, preload the work online and do that until he got officially accepted into the virtual learning program. So it took 2 weeks. Once school started, it was 2 weeks until he was officially accepted into the virtual learning program, but he had been doing all the asynchronous work for the first 2 weeks before he was officially approved into it. What annoys me is I totally thought that all the work he did the first 2 weeks was just going to be rolled over into the virtual learning program. Yeah, it wasn't. So after he got officially accepted into it, all of the virtual teachers sent him emails with 2 weeks of work that he had to make up. So I've been kind of arguing back and forth because I don't know, you guys will have to give me your opinion. I don't think it's fair that he had to do all that 2 weeks worth of work and now he has to make up the 2 weeks from the actual virtual learning program, because that means his grades that he did for the asynchronous was pointless. That the grades don't count towards what he's doing now. This boy, when I tell you, I feel so bad for him, but I'm proud at the same time because he has literally been busting his ass. He wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, and he starts on that work that he has to make up. And then he's done school at around 2:30, and then he is continuing to make up that work until like 7 o'clock at night. But I'm going back and forth with his teachers and the principal of the blended learning program because I don't know. I don't think it's fair that he has to do all of that. I feel like the grades from his asynchronous work should just be rolled over and that should count for those 2 weeks. So I've been helping him with that because it's his first year in high school. So he actually has much bigger projects to do, which I'm sure you all remember how high school was. So yeah, I've just been trying to help him with that and help him catch up because obviously he has deadlines to do. And then on top of it, he has, his current work that he needs to get done also. So poor little kiddo has been quite stressed out lately, but he's getting there. He's starting to get caught up. So, and my house is finally empty and back to normal, which makes me so happy. I don't know how you guys are with visitors. I don't mind having people over, but I do enjoy my quiet. I'm very much a homebody, and I just feel like I have to do so much more when people are over. Like I feel like I always have to be hosting. It's just how I am. So if you guys watched my YouTube live, a couple weeks ago, I mentioned that my mother-in-law wanted to take me to see a medium, and I didn't know how I felt about mediums. I actually still don't, even after going, because with the whole room of people, she talked to everyone except us. I don't know if they could just sense that it wasn't my thing or what it was, or maybe just nobody came through for us. I don't know. So I still don't know how I feel about it, but it was entertaining, but I had this whole idea because you were actually allowed to take pictures and videos at her showing, and nothing happened because I was totally going to do a whole video about it and explain my experience about it. You guys even said during my YouTube live that would be something you'd want to see and listen to. And it didn't work out for us. I was so mad too because it was like an hour and 10 minutes away from here, and it was like a 4-hour long show, and not one person wanted to come through and talk to us. So yeah, nothing exciting whatsoever. However, I did learn with having visitors here, I learned that Chloe, in the event if anyone were to ever break in my house, she's not going to let them. So my mother-in-law, her husband, he recently bought one of those electric cars, one of the ones you gotta plug in and charge it instead of getting gas. On top of that, he gets lost every single time he comes here. Every single time. I mean, we've only lived here for 12 years. So my mother-in-law got here in the afternoon. They live in Virginia, so it's like 5-6 hours away from here. Her husband, between getting lost a couple times and having to stop to charge his car 4 times, he didn't get here till 2 in the morning. I was exhausted because I had only gotten like 3 hours of sleep the night before, and my endometriosis was flaring up. I'm not going to get in too much to what that is. Maybe I'll do that for another video if you guys wanted it. Maybe I'll do an awareness video for that. So I didn't sleep good the night before, and I tried to stay up as long as I could. So me and the dogs went to bed around 1 a.m. 2 a.m. he got here. And I've never seen Chloe get down and off the bed so fast in my life. Now, he has met my mother. Chloe has met my mother-in-law before. She's never met her husband and the kids. And this was the first time they met, and it was 2 a.m. We have a split level house, so it's front door, and then you have to walk up some steps to get in there. Chloe met them all at the front door, and her mohawk was up. She was growling. She did not try to bite anyone. She was just letting them know, like, hey, it's the middle of the night. Mom's asleep. I don't think you're supposed to be here. Her growling woke me up, and once I came out and I talked to them and I told her it was fine, then she went back to being all sweet, lovey-dovey Chloe. But I just thought it was really funny, and I kind of looked at all of them because they were all, you know, a little startled. And I told them, I was like, you guys can't be mad at her. She's doing, you know, her job as our dog. She's protecting our house. In her mind, you know, mom's asleep and people I don't know are trying to come in here in the middle of the night. So I thought it was pretty funny. So now I'm going to get into my nail art. I'm going to do some eyeballs. I wanted to do something different to start out the Halloween manis as far as videos go, because if you guys saw my Instagram and Facebook group, I've obviously been doing a bunch of Halloween manis with my Poshy decals. So all you need for this design is dotting tools. I'm using acrylic paints. You could use stamping polishes if you wanted to, regular nail polishes, gel polish, gel paint, whatever you want to use. So I will leave a link to the acrylic paint that I'm using. It is my new favorite acrylic paint. I got it off of Amazon. I don't remember how many colors are in it, but it's literally so many different shades. Every single color you could want is in there. There's golds, silvers, coppers, multiple shades of brown, reds, blues, you name it, it's in here. It is acrylic paint that's a little bit on the thicker side, which I kind of like because I feel like I use less of it. I just do like the tiniest bit on my little palette, and then I thin it out with some rubbing alcohol until I have it the consistency that I want it to be. You can use it the way it comes out if you want, but to me it's a little bit thicker, so it'll kind of leave like those streaks in certain spots. So I just like to thin it out with rubbing alcohol, because rubbing alcohol, as we know, evaporates, so it dries really quick. It doesn't mess with the pigment or anything in the paints. But I'm going to start with my largest dotting tool, and I wanted to do all different size dots to begin with. I picked 3 dotting tools, so I picked the biggest one, and then kind of the medium size one, and then my smallest one. So it is a little time consuming because you do kind of have to let each color dry in order for the eyes to really show up the way you want them. If you go in too fast with the next color, they'll kind of just muddy together and become more of like a watercolor type of eyeball. So I go ahead, I let that first layer dry. I did end up doing my thumb too. I did my thumb off camera with the white dots. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry. I did go ahead and pre-mix all the paint with the rubbing alcohol off camera just to save some time. So I'm going to let you guys watch as I fill in with all the different color eyes here. I wanted to mention, because next week is going to be like full meaningful manis week. I haven't done a meaningful mani in a hot minute, and I wanted to do 2 for the month of October. So I'm gonna do Down syndrome awareness and of course breast cancer awareness. But I would really love if I could get your guys's breast cancer stories, if you have one. Doesn't have to be you. It can be a family member, a friend, whoever. But I thought it would be really kind of cool if I could make that whole video a compilation of different stories from all of my followers and subscribers. So if you have a breast cancer awareness story and you're okay with me sharing it, you can be anonymous. I can give you a fake name if you don't want people to know who you are. Message it to me on Instagram or Facebook. Maybe I'll do a thread in my Facebook group and everyone can put their stories in there. But I would love if I could do that. So I'm going to let you guys watch as I finish up my different colored dots here. You can use whatever color you want. I'm going to let you guys watch and hopefully enjoy my new Christmas, what is wrong with me? My Halloween music for a minute, and I'll be back. Alright, so now I'm going to take my smaller dotting tool and I'm going to do just one single dot of black in each one of my eyeballs. You want this to be kind of over the white and over a little bit of the color. You don't want to do it directly in the center of like the orange or the blue or the purple because after this layer has dried, we're going to go in with the white, and that's really going to kind of make everything pop. Now, if I could go back and change anything about this, I would change the shade of the blue that I did, because with the black dots, I mean, it still looks fine, and if I'm looking at it, I can see the blue, but I should have did a lighter blue just so it showed up a little bit more. Since it's so repetitive and it's just dots, I'm just going to show you the rest of the design just on one nail. But now I'm taking the smallest dotting tool that I have. You can even use a toothpick. And I'm going in with the white. And you want the white to meet the white from the base of the eyeball that we started with, just to kind of give it that half moon effect. But this is when you can kind of get kind of fun with it, I guess you would say, because whatever direction you put this white dot is going to kind of determine the direction of where the eyeball is looking, if that makes sense. And I wanted to do that on different spots on each one just so they weren't kind of all looking the same way. So there we have that, and then I'm going to let that dry fully. I went ahead and finished the design on my middle and my thumb. So there it is, all done. All the eyes are completely on my nails. I'm gonna let this dry for like 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna apply my smudge-free top coat from Maniology, and then I'm gonna do a dip and clear. I went ahead and did all that. I did my dip top coat, and this is the finished Mani look with my little spooky, kind of cute Halloween eyes. And like I said, these are thermal changing dips. So I went ahead, put my hand in some hot water, and this is the hot effect of In Your Ear is the orange, and Kiss and Tell is the blurple color. I believe these colors are still available on the website if you want to grab them for yourself. Now I'm going to finish up with my Candy Skincare Cuticle Oil as per usual. Get this all massaged and rubbed in. You guys will have to let me know what you think of this Mani look. I love how this turned out. I think I want to do some more hand-painted nail art. It's been a long time since I've done some hand-painted nail art, and this was super, super fun. I'm not going to say this design was fast to do, but it was super easy. It was just a little time consuming just because of, you know, having to wait and let each layer dry in between. But I think it was totally worth it. I love, love, love how these came out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.